Hello, hello. I am super excited to be here. I'm actually going to share this to my Facebook profile. I'm like, where am I at on Facebook? I think I'm on my Facebook page. Here I am. Yep, I'm live on my Facebook page. So let me share to my profile. Let's go public. We always like to share these things publicly. Please share as well. If you're watching the replay and you're disappointed you didn't catch me live, that's okay. All the cards drawn are going to weave together this beautiful story, this beautiful, beautiful card reading that had the right energy at the right moment for me to pick this or whomever, this or that person on the live stream. So I just wanted to let you know of that so you don't pass up the opportunity to get an amazing kind of reading based on the collective and the energies that are coming forward and that are joining on this live stream. So if it's the first time you've ever joined a live stream of mine, my name's Holly, Healing Holly Holfelds, or the Akashic Queen. I haven't quite decided what I want. I think the Akashic Queen is like my Facebook page, and then Healing Holly Holfelds is like my Instagram. And of course, I do a lot of stuff on my regular profile. You can always follow me there. So yeah, all right. I just wanted to make sure that shared out appropriately. So I am going to light a little sage. Here's what we need to do. It's the full moon. You guys, it's like every time I think I've got the full moon handled, like I did a yoga this morning instead of doing any work during my morning time that my husband, normally gives me. I get the first shift now that we're not shuffling kids off to school. He gets the calm time when everybody's on their iPads and they're on their electronics. And he's just drinking his coffee, checking his emails. And I go into my office and I take advantage of that time. I really do. It's great. Today I did yoga. Yesterday I did some planning, some kind of weekly planning, even monthly planning a little bit because it's the first Monday of the month. So it's really, really nice. And I also like to let you know that my favorite type of planning to do is to take one of the articles about the lunar activity, whether it's the moon or maybe lunar is the wrong word, but the night sky activity. So you can find out what planets are going into retrograde, what planets are in conjunction with each other, for example, all sorts of stuff. And you can actually mark your calendars with that. So if you're jumping on, say hi so I know you're here. I'm going to get a lot of cards out. I don't know why I'm getting so many card decks out. Like, I'm just really going all in. I think it's because, honestly, I get a lot of people jumping on that I know. And if I know you, sometimes I'm like, oh, I want a different deck. So, I kind of know where you at, who you are. If you've gotten readings from me, I really get to know you. If you're in my private group, Akashic Alchemy Academy, I love it because we're getting to know each other in that group. I share a lot of real raw experiences with regards to my psychic side, my intuition, understanding my past lives. Whew, a lot of sage happening here. So yeah. Anywho, if you want access to that group, it's a really great deal right now. It's only $20.20 to join. And then it's 4 payments total for that 2020. So you pay $20.20 this month and then next month and for 2 more months after that. If you're a repeat client of mine, I give you a better deal. So just reach out. It pays to be a client of mine because I give you extra special benefits. So, hey, Stephanie. Hi. Oh, I already love your profile picture. I love the silhouettes. I'm just seeing a little bit of it. Let me know if you want a card. I've got my moon deck out. Megan, if you want a card, I've got a deck here, the Mystic Rebel deck that you need to get a card from today. So Stephanie, let's get you a card first. This is from my moon deck. Here we go. Here's a card sticking out. We are all sisters and reflect the divine in one another. Okay, so for you, Megan, it's really important for you to sister circle this moon time. And I know we're not like getting out there, a lot of us, and connecting with our sisters in person. So I think, who would be in your sister circle, but maybe start like a 3 or a 4 or 5 person text message and just say, hey, I want to really encourage us all to take advantage of the moon tonight. So just tonight, reply to this text message of tell us what you're doing. What's your ritual? If you need any ideas, let us inspire you. So this is good for everybody. Everybody, we need to be connecting up with our goddesses, our goddess friends. A lot of people do in-person moon circles, and we're just hopefully not doing it right now, guys. We're not. Like, you can Zoom, Zoom's great. There's a lot of different ways you can, that you can get online with a circle of people, and you can light some sage, and you can do some cards, and you can take advantage of this beautiful element of ritual. I know, look how beautiful. Sometimes, and there's sacred geometry all over behind me. I'm all into that. But I notice sacred geometry, even in just the half circles, there's sacredness about everything that you look at, even their beautiful hair, and just the fact that you can see this sisterhood. So, I love it. Let me know who else wants cards. Hi, Mary. Hey, it's good to catch you live while I'm live. So let me know if you want a card, Anna. I know you want a card. Anna's going to get the Mystic Rebel deck. And then Mary, let me know if you want a card as well. I'm just kind of bouncing around. I have 3 decks out here. I have a lot of decks, and I just don't get to use them on a very regular basis, all of them. So that's why we pulled out a bunch of decks. We're seeing what needs to come up. This is a very active. Okay, here. So we've got 2 cards. So this one is for Anna. I was like, wait, who am I reading for? This one's for Anna. So there's some question in Anna's mind. Okay, we've got 2 cards. One of them's confirmation, have faith. And then the other one here is you're on the right path. You're on the right path. So a lot of times, and this can be for everybody, we are feeling really off track and out of balance. And our faith in general, in everything that we seem to have faith in before, is now suddenly like kind of wavering a little bit, right? And so for Anna especially, but all of us can take this message, it's to keep our thoughts and our feelings and our attitude in the right places with the right energy, because we're like magnets. And there was a while there that I was magnetizing fear all over the place. Like I would get, every time I'd go on Facebook, I'd get freaked out. I had my first couple of panic attacks a couple weeks ago. I didn't really realize, I never claimed to have a panic attack before. But then when I had one, I was like, I felt like I was going to die, yo. So I was attracting it. I was doing it. And it took a shift. I did a lot of DNA work. Again, all these beautiful codes of awe. I've got a whole bunch over here that I can just see, some of my masterclass ones. And it takes a little bit of time, but that frequency shift that you experience within yourself by filling yourself with better vibrations, it starts to come out, and then you become this beautiful light for other people. So this was a message for Anna. Again, all of my, I love the Mystic Rebel deck. It's like one of my favorites. Here's like a kind of cool, there's really cool artwork. I mean, you got 2 that this one looks like quite phallic in my opinion. Plus you've got the gal laying underneath it. So, I like the imagery, but some of it's like, okay. And then you're on the right path is being able to look at yourself and say, hey, I'm sure, I'm confident, we're on the right path. No backing down and no talking yourself out of it. Let me see. I called out to, Mary. I think Mary might be on if she wants a card. I just want to see her make a comment here. It's always good to say I want a card. I don't like to give card readings for people who, are just like, oh, I just want to watch. So let me know. Okay. Kim wants a card. Crystal wants a card. Okay. So we're going to go back to the moon deck. Maybe I'll just do like alternating readings out of this. So this is for Kim. This is this beautiful moon oracle deck. So let's see what message Kim is going to help us as a collective receive. So I celebrate my lineage and honor my ancestors. So this is about very much connecting. I love that the moon is bringing us, into this connection phase. And it's in this, we were connecting with our sisters in the previous moon card. And this one, we're connecting with our ancestors. Now, I also see this as making sure you're reaching out to the older people that are in your family, because they are dealing with this on a whole different level. Sometimes they're alone. And if they do live maybe in a group facility, they're not necessarily, like seeing the same young people and visitors. And we're in the middle of this virus, it's an actual thing, and it's actually taking out old people. Okay. So there's a whole nother level of fear. Like if you're in that population, so all of us can do a little effort in that regard. We can honor our ancestors. We can honor the fact that we are all doing a great transmutation process right now, going through this experience for previous ancestors that perished in the plague or the 1918 thing, the flu or whatever, I heard about them, I'm following them, it happens every 100 years or whatever. Again, more fear tactic, but what it is actually we're able to honor this process by honoring the ancestors, honoring the people that came before us that experienced these things in the past and weren't so lucky. So yeah, thanks for sharing. Mary, you want a card? Yes, Mary, you're getting a card. Okay. I felt called to get Mary also a moon card, so we're going to stick with that one. I just wanted to make, as soon as I saw her comment, which there sometimes is a delay, who knows, Facebook. So let's get Mary a card, and then Crystals will be next. So this is Mary's card. I am at home in my body and at peace in my spirit. So a big, big, big push for you, Mary, is to get yourself centered, calm, sit yourself down. Like, we've got this gal, like, really honestly doing whatever she can to be still and allow that moment of clarity, of peace, that pause to really help activate the new frequencies that you want to welcome in. I love that I still have my, like, sage going, which is great because, I mean, I need all the saging help I can get. I'm just going to turn it over here. It doesn't start a sage fire behind the camera. So, and I think it's most important for us is when we're involved, Mary, I'm feeling to tell you is you've got a lot of information coming towards you, whether it's for work or whether it's through this social media platform that we're all on, and it's causing you to be unable to hear yourself think, to hear your own intuition, to hear the messages that are coming through for you, reassurance, love, compassion, whatever that is. So this is asking you to kind of sit down and really be still, find the home within your body, find the place of peace within your own spirit. And it's good for all of us to be doing this, honestly. Crystal, you're going to get the Mystic Rebel card deck. I'm so excited. Crystal sent me a new tarot deck. I have quite a tarot deck collection going. I used to have an Oracle deck collection. I still do. I mean, I'm like, I have like 25 or so, maybe 30. But now I've got like 8 or 9 tarot decks. That's awesome. I'm stoked about that. So today, later in the Akashic Alchemy Academy, I will be using my new tarot deck along with probably the moon deck because it's a full moon. So if you want to catch even more card reading magic from me today, you can join my private group. So send me a message and we'll talk all about it. This is Crystal's card. So let's get Crystal. Oops, there's one coming out. And I actually am called to pull 2. There we go. So what should we be doing with your time right now? Well, number 1 is speaking your truth, my dear. And I mean, Crystal's not shy about using her voice, trusting. She's an oracle just like I am. Actually, I'm learning even more about my fun friends. And she was like on tour as a gypsy card reader. And I'm over here like, you're like my Halloween costume. Like, I want to be that. So she's gorgeous. She's amazing. She's got wonderful energy. You should tune into her, but she needs to trust your voice. And so that remains, like, keep showing up, keep being active, even though there might be moments in the day where you have a little bit of uncertainty or fear, or you play with those other vibrations that we're trying to get away from. It's still, you have so much light in you. And then what can you be doing to distract yourself? In the other times is studying and learning. One of my mentors, and Crystal's connected with this person, and actually, if you guys know me, like, you know my mentor, her name's Yvonne Delafleur, and she really brought it out, and it's not the first time this idea or concept has come out, but when I saw it, when I tuned into Facebook one day, you know, her post was like the first one, and she's the creator of these codes, these pictures you see behind me. And she was like, you know, use this as a time to go on a retreat, to be on your own retreat. And of course, in that moment, my naysaying mind was like, nobody takes their 3 children, age 5 and younger, on a retreat. Like, there's no retreating. I mean, I did. I sent them outside and I retreated here into my room. So I guess I am retreating. And it's, again, that perspective shift and being grateful. So I'm now really super grateful for the schedule that we have. Yeah, it sucks that I can't take my kids to do a lot of things, but we're starting to figure out other things we can do and what we can experience. And I know for Crystal, it's like taking that time. She doesn't have any kids. So it's all about studying and learning and really taking that time to retreat inward and to have that personal growth. And then, of course, talking about it, speaking your truth. Let me get a sip of water. I have to slow down. I get going so awesomely fast, and I love it, but I'm like, take a deep breath. Let's Let's see who else. And apparently I need to pop my back. Hey, Megan, I need to get you a card. Okay. Megan's going to get the Mystic Rebel. So I'm going to go ahead and throw out Carissa. Sarah, I see that you want a card. So Carissa's going to get a moon card. I just kind of want to go back and forth between decks. And then we'll go back to Megan and get the Mystic Rebel. I knew you were on, Megan. I was like, where'd she go? So this is for Carissa. Okay. We actually have a collection of cards. Oh, 3. So I'll take the middle one. I always take the middle one. I have 3 pop out because I felt like, oh, I love this one. This is one that I got this morning. And I can really be happy and secure that the pregnant belly is not necessarily me. And I don't know. I haven't been following Carissa necessarily, but I think that this is inferring a different type of womb work. So let's see. I live each moment with the presence of gratitude. So right now, and this is how I heard this message very strongly, so I'm going to kind of repeat the message. For me, it was a confirmation that the gratitude work that I've been doing, writing a little note every single day about what I'm grateful for, that's helpful, but it's to inject that feeling of gratitude within our womb space so that we can really gestate and work with that feeling inside of us. We can have that feeling of gratitude growing and growing and growing and expanding, and at some point, it's going to get so expansive, it just has to come out. And so that's the thing. You begin to be this light of gratitude, and people are grateful to be around you. And this is anything, whether it's your own family, whether it's where you work, whether you're engaging on a bigger platform. So this is for Carissa, but I love these messages coming out for all of us, is to say, really take some time and plant a gratitude practice within yourself. Okay. And watch it grow and nurture it and give it attention every single day. Gratitude isn't just something you do on Mondays, Wednesdays, or Fridays, or Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or whatever. Weekends don't matter anymore because our schedules are our weekend schedule is a little different than our weekday schedule at home here, but I kind of still do my routine if I can, because it really makes me feel good. Okay, Megan, let's get you a card. Taking some deep breaths. Slowing down in between each card. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to take the card that was turned over face down, because there's 3 cards that popped out, and then kind of like one over here. Very chatty, Megan. You're definitely a mystic rebel, my dear. So this is your free will. So this card is telling you that there's some place, energetically speaking, where you're not actually using your free will. Okay, all right. So it has actually quite a bit to do with the 5G thing. So I know a little bit about Megan and some of the things that she's doing. So there's a couple of cards here that came out, and I'm going to take this one as well as a way to support it. So their best answers are going to come when you can get away from everything and go into nature and do some of that slowing down process and meditative process and saying, how can I get back in touch with my power source, my free will? Because right now what they've done is they've scared us all about these new 5G things, and Megan in particular is very concerned about that because of the location to school for her family. And so it's about really being able to get out there and make some changes and use your free will. So this is a big opportunity. I bet you'll have more cards towards this same information tonight. I'm going to go live in my Akashic Record group tonight and get more cards, and she's in that group. So Crystal says, yes, applying what I learn and showing up. It's really important that's like, so it's these archetypes, and we can have different archetypes alive within us. I feel an archetype class coming into my group next year, probably in 2021. 2020 is all about DNA activations. So besides going live in my group and doing card readings, I'm doing DNA activations all throughout this year. So that's how I'm serving within that group. Previously, there's stuff about learning how to access your Akashic Records, how to understand your dreams, how to understand your soulmate contracts that you have with different people, all sorts of different classes that I did in the previous year. So all of that's in that private group. And then I just got off track. Anyway, the archetypes. And that was for Crystal's comment on here. We can get stuck in the student archetypes. So we just do. We love learning. I'm I know, Chris, some people maybe don't love learning. I love learning. Like, I've got so many books that I have yet to read. I read 4, 5, 6 books at a time between listening to some and actually reading some. And that's because I can absorb them differently if I take them at a smaller pace. But I always have to be reading. And then I get trapped in the student mode. Well, now I need this certification and I have to do more and I have to have this class and I need to have this experience. And the thing is you can be a teacher and a student at the same time. And in fact, that's the best way for teachers to be able to teach things is they put it into their knowledge base. They absorb it into their frequency, into their body, into their mind. And then they find a way to inspire other people with it in their own unique kind of fashion. So it's really beautiful. Yeah, Heather, hey, let's get you a card. I want to see, sometimes I forget when I've mentioned people's names. Sarah, you're getting a card. I was like, who's next for a card? So let's see. Sarah is going to get the Mystic Rebel because she's getting a 3-card moon deck reading for liking me in all my places, like subscribing on YouTube and, liking my Facebook page and also on LinkedIn if you're on LinkedIn and Instagram. Okay. So Sarah, you're going to get Mystic Rebel, and then I'm going to go back down to Heather, for the moon deck. So here we go. I don't forget who I've said hey to. Okay. There's a lot flying out. All right, here we go. So we have 2 cards here. Ooh. So I love this one because they both start with the same letter. I don't know why that means something to me, but I was like, ooh. So there's the Worry Not card. Worry not. And this is helping to alleviate any type of worry or concern that comes into your mind. But in specific or in more detailed terms for Sarah, it's about worthiness and receptivity and feeling ready to receive something or worthy to have that be in receipt of something within your life. So we just did a reading last night, and I think that this kind of expands on that one as if to say, it doesn't take any conscious effort on your part. In fact, any sort of conscious effort that's in the realm of worrying or thinking or overthinking just needs to go. So it's replacing that with this I am affirmation. I am worthy. I am receiving. I am open. So any type of affirmation where you can put I am before that really speaks to the source, like your soul, your creative God source or goddess source or whatever we want to call it. We are all a part of that brilliant energy or whatever it is where we once came from. And so we are speaking directly with the I am statement directly to that place. So I am ready. I am willing. I am open. I am receptive. I am receiving. I have received. I guess that's a I have. So yeah, I am receiving. So there's all of this. So that's what's really important for you is to keep that, the thoughts in line with the attitude. Let's go for Heather. Let's get Heather. Yeah. Hi, Megan. Thanks for joining. Everybody say if you want a card, I'll get you a card next as well. So this one's for Heather. This one's coming from the moon deck. I like this deck a lot. Sometimes I just go crazy and I buy decks and then I'm like, you gotta stop buying decks, but then I don't. But in a wonderful, beautiful way, it's like the deck circle of life. I'm giving away decks and they're coming to me and it's really exciting. Okay, Heather, let's focus on Heather. Here we go. So we have 3 cards, but here's our beginning. So I love this one. How beautiful. I craft my core desires with certainty and ease. I craft my core desires with certainty and ease. So there's something very special and very unique to you, which the universe, your soul, spirit, the moon, everything is wanting you to bring out. So I know Heather she's a yogi, so she has this yoga practice, and that is definitely something with your craft, but it goes beyond that. There's something else. And I guess I need to connect up with Heather a little bit more on a personal level to really find out what's going on. But this card is speaking to bringing something out, and maybe it's just joy for the joy of creating. Maybe it's just taking time to work on a creative project that is kind of off the wall. I'm going to pull out the book here and see what we have. Sometimes I pull out the book. Yeah, it's saying it's like you may create art, it may be a garden, it may be delicious food. So anything that you're doing, whatever you're creating in the moment, I think that's what's important, is to put all of your full attention into it. Something that I've learned to do is if I'm working out with a specific code or DNA activation and I'm really in tune with one, I'll program the water I'm drinking with that specific code or with that frequency. I'll program the food. Like it'll be a blessing that I give the food. I'll send it energetically to the food my family's going to consume so that the food can be on the vibrational level of everything else that I'm working to achieve. So these are all different ideas. You can do the same thing with your garden. You know, there's different codes, and she's also in my private group where I've just been talking all about them all year long. I won't stop. So you can get ones that are great for the beginning of a process, something new, an idea. It's like this kind of thing. And we can be blessing our garden to be able to produce all this very, very delicious food for us so we don't have to go to the grocery stores as often. So, Tina, let's get you a card as well. So Megan, I'm going to do yours next, and then Tina, and then hi Mia if you want a card. I think you always do, my dear, but let me know. So this one's for Megan. And then I have to see where I'm at on time, because we're going to go out and roast hot dogs over the backyard fire that we have. So, okay. So we have 2 cards. This one's for Megan. Okay. I wanted to see the comment here on this. So yes, absolutely. I will get you a card. So this one is, we've got Divine Timing and Endless Abundance. And this one's for Megan. I just really love this Endless Abundance card because it's glowing and it looks so sensual. And there's a big thing about using your sensuality and that connection to what happens during your sensual sexy time to really creating abundance. I have not caught that train yet. Still working on getting the bottom part to work after having a bunch of kids in a very short period of time with no space in the household. So we'll work on that. But if you are thinking that if you feel like you're a sexy kind of person, I don't know, so I get so embarrassed when I talk about this, but it wants to come out. Now is the time. The divine timing, now is the time to start using. Apparently, it's a possibility to channel the energy of your orgasm into abundance, okay? Because we feel really good. A lot of times when we orgasm, we say, ah. So the codes of ah are working with us when we're involved in that sort of deeply erotic and sensual experience, okay? And it's part of our primal needs, So yes, it is the right time for you to very potentially, Megan, introduce yourself to this idea. I'm not the one to tell you about it because I'll just be bright red and like super blushy the whole time. But I can connect you with plenty of people that I know on my Facebook page that absolutely do believe in that and have had the experience of it working for them. I'm not saying it's not. It's just like when I'm racing to try to get an orgasm before my kids wake up and interrupt the time that I have in bed with my husband, I'm not thinking about anything else like in that moment. All right. I'm super, super embarrassed by this whole conversation. Which is probably why I don't teach that right now, because I would just be uncomfortable. You're welcome, Megan. I'm glad you're okay with that resonating. Okay, good. I'm just thanking my guides for not like humiliating me and actually sending me in the right direction. So thanks for that confirmation, Megan. I really appreciate that. Okay. Shake it out. Tina, I think let's get you a card. Yeah, you did. Megan's asking if I put codes up here. Yeah, I got a new camera, so I had all this empty space like above my head. It was a new, bigger phone. You know how they do that. And it looked crappy, so I put all these codes up here. Do you love my code wallpaper? I love that you noticed. It needs to be back there. That way everybody can tune in, and maybe I'll change the sequence up there every once in a while. Why not? Like I have my kids pull them down, so honestly, they're going to just help me with the process. But I figure when my kids pull them down and they're walking around with the photograph, that's what they needed. That's what they needed. So thank you. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to, it's Tina. I think I'm getting a card for. Where are you? Where's Tina? Yeah. Love and light. Any guidance for you? Well, we're coming from the moon deck for you, my darling. So let's get you a card. So we have 2 that actually came out. Okay, so we have two beautiful cards. The first one, I allow stillness to heal and reveal. And there was another card earlier that was like a picture of a girl in the full lotus position and getting very still. So this is another confirmation and resonance that attention needs to be paid there. So this is getting yourself to the point where you can just be calm, be still. Don't let your dog brain chase the squirrel thoughts around. This is how I've gone on lots of jogs, and especially when I lived in New York City, people walking their dogs and their dogs are like chasing the squirrels and they're like pulling their dog owners around. And I'm like, these dogs do not get out very much. But, it really, like when I started doing my meditation and getting quiet and being like with all my thoughts, and then they'd really go this way. And then I'm like, whoa, get back in here. That's what it is. You let your dog brain chase your squirrel thoughts, and it makes it very challenging. And for true healing to occur, it takes time. So this is your first card. It's I allow stillness to heal and reveal. So get still, get quiet, do that, whatever it is that helps you relax and really tune into yourself. And then this card is it is safe and beautiful to express my sensuality. It is safe and beautiful to express my sensuality. So it's kind of interesting. We just had the previous card that was talking about your abundance and it being a very sensual card. And energy that followed up is really saying that you are allowed. And right now, I know a lot of times, I think a lot of people energetically with so much fear, they find that very like taboo, like to be able to be expressing their sensuality or to be feeling good. And so if you've had that experience, Tina, of saying, well, I really want to do that, but maybe I shouldn't during this time, that's not true. Absolutely not true at all. So what it is that's a process of you being able to get still with yourself and find the healing, and then allowing yourself to have the feelings you want in a sensual manner. Taking baths, slowing down, doing something for yourself, asking somebody to give you a foot rub or giving yourself one. I happen to be married to somebody who gives me foot rubs like almost every day. Not quite. Maybe when I was pregnant, but I'm really lucky in that regard. Okay, Mia, let's get you a card. I can do a few more cards. I just have to check the time because, lunch. So Mia's going to get a Mystic Rebel card. I almost forget about how much I like this card deck until I pull it out. I really like the Mystic Rebel deck. So let's get Mia a card. Well, let's get a few cards coming out for Mia. All right, this might be I think I'm going to let this be our finale because lost the comments. Oh no, there's too many people that I didn't notice that are on here. So Dana's going to be on. This is not a finale. This is not. We're going to get Dana a card. Tina says that's exactly what you need. Okay, good. And then Pooja, am I saying your name right? My dear, would you like a card? Let me know. And so I don't want to cut anybody off because I still have a few more minutes. So Mia, we have a 3-card reading for you because they all fell out and they all needed to be said. So, so we have at a foundational level, it's actually, so my cards are all out of order, but I'm like, which card is if we're doing a 3-card reading, the first card I'm really vibing with this 3-card reading rhythm is, what do I need at a foundational level? What do I need to do? What work do I need to do deep within myself in order to be ready for what is happening? And deep work is raising your vibration. So there's a lot going on right now, Mia. I know about your what's going on in your personal life, which I don't always advertise that on these public live streams because I think that's weird. But it is really, really imperative that you start raising your vibrations within yourself to do whatever you can. And I know a lot of the focus of healing is towards the sick person, but it's the support people that are around that sick person that really have to make sure they're staying in tune with what they need. Okay. And so the next card is new beginnings and opportunities. So this is our middle card. They were all out of order. Your card reading was all out of order. I'm picking a new order for it. So this is what you need to know. Actionable right now is raising your vibration is going to lead you to new beginnings and opportunities that you may not have even seen because you weren't ready for it. And now you're asking, okay, how or what do I need to do? And it's the serendipity card. You don't have to do anything but sit back and receive it. And actually, that's a lie. You have to raise your vibration. We have to start really shifting what's going on inside of you so that you can be open for that new beginning and those opportunities and to receiving it in this almost amazingly serendipitous kind of way. Serendipity is one of my favorite words ever because it's like, it's like that thing of being in the right place at the right time and the cosmic connection, and then like the universes and the timelines coming together. And that's this experience, but I can't explain it. Like your guide's even like, I can't tell you how it's going to happen, but it's going to be serendipitous. I love that word. It's a really good one. Okay. Yes. Okay. So Dana, let's get you. Dana says she's never had a foot rub. Well, I mean, do you get pedicures, my dear? Not right now, because we're social distancing. You know, I really do recommend a foot rub. I mean, I really do. I even like to go to those foot reflexology places when I don't necessarily need a pedicure, because they do your feet. You don't have to take out, like, it's a massage, but you don't have to take off your clothes, which makes it, I feel like I can get out faster. If I'm not like in this situation, I'm not like lying on a table naked and there's people doing things with my body. So I really like the reflexology massage parlors. So this is a little tip for Dana. We're going to get her a card. It's coming from the moon deck, my dear. And so I just recommend, okay, so the feet, because of reflexology, and I'm not like an expert, but your feet, and I know this from having kids, because when your kids are upset about something or their teeth hurt, they're teething, and you can rub on different places of their feet, like their toes and different things like that, it actually brings relief throughout the rest of your body. And it's very, very grounding. I think one of the reasons why my husband gives me foot rubs so much is, well, like he's a really kind person. And then also I'm like, I could be anxious and crazy and all over, and I'm literally almost falling asleep by the end of it. And I mean, I guess I'm some lucky girl because they're nice and long, but it really gets me grounded and calmed down. Or even a massage type. It's okay. I should ask if I want. Yeah, I don't like massages. I'm not a huge touch person. Just didn't get touched a lot as a kid, so it's weird. It's weird to be touched now. But yeah, I guess I just really enjoyed the grounding and it bringing me down, and also feeling like being cared for. I think the introduction to that for me really was having a midwife and a doula, and the attention that was given to me when I was in labor and having children, it was like, this is amazing. Like, I need this all the time. So this is a card for you, Dana. Let's see specifically what needs to go on for you. Okay, so it says, I free myself from critical thoughts towards my body and my worth. So I think it's interesting where a connection can be made to somebody really quickly about, like, for example, Dana's, I've never gotten a massage, and I'm not like kind of into that, or I'm not the massage type. And so initially I did a little secret, let's pull a card to talk about this. I subtopic to your card there, Dana. And then it came out, I free myself from critical thoughts towards my body and my worth. So a lot of times critical thoughts and the impressions that we have of our body, they're not even rooted in this lifetime. Yes, feeling cared for is really, really important. And so when we feel critical, or we feel like if we had any problems with a previous lifetime, or even in this lifetime, critical thoughts about our body, we don't want to treat it well. We're like kind of mad at our bodies. And I was this way at different points in my life, but especially after having children, and then the slow, gradual, but beautiful process of getting back down into your old body, if that's what happens for you. But it was these critical thoughts. It was this intention that I had, and I didn't want to, I didn't want my husband to see me naked. I didn't want to go swimming or be at the pool, or good thing I had all my kids like at the end of the summer and in October, because I could work really hard by next summer. But these were issues for me, taking a vacation, in April. And so there was this. That was a present life issue for me. But going deeper for you, is it saying, go into your Akashic records, Dana, and ask for healing to happen. Some people get intimidated when in my Akashic record group, I'll always say, go into your Akashic records and ask to see a past life where this root issue started. Okay. And that's sometimes intimidating because people don't know if they're seeing a past life, if they're thinking the thought, if they should trust the thought. So simply now, the intention is go into your records. You can ask to see the past life, but more importantly, ask to be connected to the energy that can heal the disconnect that's happening in this lifetime. that occurred more than likely from a previous lifetime and then has been replayed in this lifetime to bring out that opportunity for healing. So you don't even have to be conscious of the work you're doing. You just go in and ask to be filled with the frequency, the knowledge, the cellular knowledge almost of what needs to happen so that you can free yourself from this experience in the past. You don't actually have to see the past life. Past life readings are fun and they're fancy, and you're like, I do them for people, and you get a whole information about what goes on. And that does help healing. And sometimes at a deep level, it's very important because you can go rewrite the past life. And I'm learning how to do different things with DNA codes and as well as tapping now to free up those experiences. But sometimes all it takes is the intention to receive that insight at a cellular level. You don't even have to have the actual visual. If I ask, I need to trust the thought. Yeah. We just need to trust our thoughts. And the more you can practice being in meditation, receiving the thoughts, ruminating on them, contemplating them, seeing how they feel when you try those thoughts on for size in the real world, you could really start attuning yourself to saying, okay, I've actually been feeling really good about the insights I get, and then moving forward with them in a slow manner. That feels really good. Now I can trust and I can go a little bit faster. I don't have to like act like I'm not trusting myself so much, so, okay. I think I need to, this is my final card reading for, Puja. I want to get you a card. I'm going to do the Mystic Rebel, just because I can hear my kids coming in and it's close to lunchtime. So if I've missed anybody, I do apologize. I am going live again tonight in my private group, so you can join in that group. Just send me a message and I'll talk to you more about joining the group. Let's get Puja a card. All right. Mystic Rebel you. So 2 are just popping up and they stayed there. We're going to, a sneaky 3 cards. I like it when we can get some multiple cards here. Okay. So something's going on in your life. We're going to do a standard 3 card reading. Okay. Something going on in your life, which you're not seeing it as a blessing, is actually a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise. But it's something that you have to go deep within yourself to really let go of the place where you're seeing it not as a blessing. So, it's like the big elephant in the room all over the world, no matter where you're connecting with me from. This coronavirus and this time that we're retreating in our own homes is actually an unseen blessing. There's many, many, many different things that are being blessed because of this. And number 1, we are having the time to go within, to really, really kind of change our attitude and gain a different perspective on things. It could be worse, and it probably is for a lot of people, and that's the scary thing, and that's where we're at. But what in your life, because you can't control what's bad for other people. You can send them as much loving energy as you can, but if it's emanating from a place where you're not seeing your blessings and, this gratitude practice and you saw the glowing belly for gratitude, then it's not going to be radiating out to serve the communities. So here's the next card. Follow what makes you happy. So what should I be doing? What should I be doing? What can I be doing? What should I do during this time? The question and the answer is follow what makes you happy. So the first couple weeks when we had our shelter in place start, I wasn't going live and I was freaking out. I was going crazy. And it took doing live streams in my private group to cause I can show up there without without my little makeup on, with my pajamas, no bra. It's real talk in that group. You're just getting me with nothing. And I noticed how I would shift in an hour of doing cards, doing what makes me happy, how I feel of service, and I'm glowing. It's amazing. It's amazing. So at the end of it all, your 3rd card, we've had this one already today, but it'll actually influence your ability to operate in your own free will. We feel like a lot of our own free will is being cut off right now. We're not able to go places. We're not supposed to do this. We can't do that. And so it's but if you separate yourself and you look at the place, if you look at where you're coming from a place of blessing, you inject as much of what makes you happy into that situation, then you're going to find a very lovely experience of actually being within your free will once again. So yes, she says she feels stuck with the corona at the moment and I'm in a rush to move out. Oh my gosh, when real life gets in the way of a pandemic. I have a lot of people on my Facebook friends page, and my own mom included, that moved during this whole, they were like, I'm moving, my house sold, I have to move. My landlord's doing that, like I have to. So yeah, so it is an unseen blessing. You get to, it's a stress to move, but when that actually happens, that this stressful moment, you're going to feel so light and free. Allow yourself to, like an onion, just peel back those layers that you don't need as part of what was keeping you protected, keeping you from rotting. You know, if you're talking about an onion, you have all these layers on the outside. We don't eat the first couple of layers. We wait to get to the delicious fragrant stuff and we saute it with a lot of amazing things. But for you, it's like, let go of all of that stuff that was keeping you overprotected so that we can get to the part within that is really useful. It's funny, making an onion. I like onions. I mean, saute up an onion all day long, but my kids act like they're being poisoned when I serve them anything with a slight onion hint in it. Thank you guys all for joining. And thank you. Every single one of you that showed up, that said they wanted a card within the time frame provided, is actually a gift from universe for me to produce these amazing card reading live streams. I couldn't have pulled the cards in the right order with the right energy to do it. And it's learning for me, and it raises my vibrations. So thank you so much.